They told me, Matthew, you are loved. This has nothing to do with your job performance.
A New York music teacher is out of a job after he says he was fired for marrying his husband.
So many have told me, why is this even an issue? And for right now, I can't say why.
Matthew LaBanca taught music at St. Joseph's Catholic Academy and was music director at Corpus Christi Church, both jobs under the umbrella of the Catholic Diocese of Brooklyn. LaBanca, an openly gay man, has been in a committed relationship since 2013.
He and I got married on August 1st of this year, and someone, somewhere in one of my communities, reported something that they saw online about our wedding to the Diocese of Brooklyn. And from that point on, the diocese wanted to know specifically, are you married? And was the marriage registered anywhere? And it was. And my understanding is that was a real sticking point for their decision to terminate me.
Under the First Amendment of the American Constitution, religious organizations have what is referred to as ministerial exception when it comes to anti-discrimination laws. In July 2020, the Supreme Court upheld a ruling that said ministerial exception holds for any religious organization employee who may be responsible for teaching the tenets of the faith.
Am I a minister? Am I not a minister? And it's a very subjective interpretation because nobody ever called me minister. I'd say it's a very strong label for what I do, considering that the vast majority of my job was exactly what I would teach in a public school setting. Music literacy, music history, beat, rhythm, songs, games, singing technique, instruments.
In a statement to USA Today, the Diocese of Brooklyn confirmed LaBanca was not terminated because of his job performance. They say all Catholic school personnel, quote, share in the responsibility of ministering the faith to students. In his case, it has been determined that he can no longer fulfill his obligations as a minister of the faith at either the school or the parish. Despite the Catholic Church's rules and traditions, LaBanca believes many are not enforced in the workplace.
For example, if you're an employee who doesn't go to church on Sunday, or if you use birth control, or if you're divorced but get remarried, or even if you're an employee who's not Catholic, like if they were to be so strict the way that they were with me, they'd have to fire every Protestant, every Jew, every agnostic, every non-believer. It's a selective focus on one group of people, the LGBTQ community, and it's a clear discriminatory practice.
Pope Francis said in the 2020 documentary, Francisco, homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God. You can't kick someone out of a family, nor make their life miserable for this. The Holy Father goes on to say, while the Catholic Church will not change the sacraments to include same-sex marriage, quote, what we have to have is a civil union law. That way, they are legally covered.
You cannot get a civil union because of the way that the laws of the state and the laws of the United States have changed. So the only option that I was afforded in the state of Connecticut, where we were married, was to be married. I made that case to the diocese because we weren't seeking to change anything sacramentally in the diocese or in the church.
If his job with the diocese was re-offered, LaBanca says he would return in a heartbeat.
I think that I would be representing a beacon of hope, that you don't have to choose between being a Catholic person and, if you're a gay person, the nature of how God made you. You could be both.
In order to receive severance pay, the diocese asked LaBanca to sign a non-disclosure agreement.
I decided not to sign the non-disclosure agreement because they were offering me 3 months worth of salary and benefits in exchange for being silent for the rest of my life. And there was no price that could be placed on my personal integrity, on my voice.
With several Broadway acting credits and numerous national tours, LaBanca is returning to the stage.
I'm writing a play about this story. I'm hoping that the shift of this story that's possible could be played out in the court of public opinion.
Matthew LaBanca says his faith in the institution of the Catholic Church has been rocked. but not his belief in God.
Gay people don't choose to be gay, just the way that straight people don't choose to be straight. It's how you are. If you believe in God, it's how you are by God's design, and it deserves to go hand in hand with the rest of God's design for you, that we're put here on this earth to create and to thrive and to make manifest all the wonderful things that God has in store for us, and that includes the joy of loving and being loved.
For Inside Edition Digital, I'm TC Newman.